You know,
All
it's so
right.
nice when we come on and we have our people waiting for us. Lorianne,
Oh,
Tracy's
goodness.
here, Phil, Daniel, Stella.
I'm
That's
like,
it.
I'm
This is great.
home. It's great. Oh, by the way, just so you know, this is Wing It Friday.
Oh
Wing
yeah,
It.
we had no chance to go over videos or anything else like that.
Yeah.
Erin's here, Ginger's here, April's here. Very good, very good. You know, guys, we've been noticing that a lot of it's been a while, right? It's been a while since this all started with the plan and everything else. And we really are seeing that people they're just plain desensitized. And when things are happening and when disclosures are happening, frankly, we've been
No, well,
from ourselves. People are getting. It's almost like everybody went back to sleep.
well, the thing is, Dave, it's like you have people that drummed up what would happen to a level of utopia that is worthy of the Christ coming back.
Right.
That it's rather than just say, which we're going to talk about today, rather than just to say, hey, you know what? Trump accounts, that's going to be good for our family, not us 18 years from now, your family, which is really what we wanted, right? We want to live our lives and then like give the next generation a leg up that we didn't have. But that's not good enough.
Well, here's Gene. Just consider a lot of people out there are hurting. A lot of people are underwater with bills and they're not making enough money on the job to support their family and everything else. And these jackals preyed on those people
Yeah.
and gave them like fantasy solutions that were going to come true, and there was going to be a rescue and a big reset out of the current situation. So when
I
the good things do come along,
right.
they're not what anyone's expecting. So the people's expectations are up here, and when the good thing comes in down here, it's like nobody
Yeah, I
cares.
and I hate this bill of goods that people get into this, where it's like, okay, by the way, you don't need to pay your bills because it's actually illegal. It's illegal to have a mortgage and stuff like that, and you don't pay it, and then you lose your house. And then it's like, I hate this because then it's like, okay, well, you lost your house, but like now it's like you cling on to that even more because no, you were done wrong. It's
And now, Gene, we see the same group of posters and podcasters and so on bringing back, the Galactic Federation
you're
of
right.
Worlds and the reptilians and with the Anunnakis in the Garden of Eden. And I think about this. Were the Anunnakis in the Garden of Eden? So the only place that we learn about the Garden of Eden is the Bible, right?
Right.
So instead of they'll accept the Garden of Eden. But when it comes to accepting the rest of the story about the fall of man and sin, and no, we don't want to hear any of that.
Right.
We'll take the Garden of Eden part and then we'll make up our own other crazy stuff around it.
Hey,
That's not the way it goes.
Tracy, if you're here, just tell Dave or whatever if his volume is fine. It sounds low to me, but if it is on yours, I just want to make
Sounds
sure.
low. Well,
Does
we
it?
can fix that.
Okay.
Fix that. You probably have your speakers down because when you see these are the things we go. No, my volume is way up.
Okay. All right. If she says it's fine, it might be my rock and roll music before I begin. All right.
Thanks, Phil. Phil says
right.
the same thing. Let's see. Oh, Tammy's here. Very good. Cheryl. All right. I made an exception in my friends list for Cheryl today on Facebook because I'm not accepting applications for new friends. Daniel's here. Oh yeah, I was told. Daniel says here. Daniel says, "Oh yeah, I was told by family members to not pay my taxes. Didn't make any sense, so I
Oh
paid."
no, Daniel, I rubbed shoulders with some of these people, and they told me this, and I was like, don't you know my story? I was audited twice by the IRS. And so when that happens, I could tell you it was not an option to say, well, you know what, well, I'm not paying taxes. It was not an option.
Right, right. The worst, though, Gene, even worse than that, are the people that are saying that they're trying to convince folks that that your mortgage is actually what the bank owes you, and you don't owe the bank anything for the loan,
Right.
and to stop paying the loan on your house. I mean,
I,
it is absolutely devilish.
I know
And
people that
then when the bank forecloses and these people are dispossessed, what do?
I know, and with that, rather than just saying, man, just got involved with these people, and I just believed them. Rather than just say that, and just say, okay, some of them just stick to it so much, and I listen, guys, I really do. It's not in my DNA to be a truth teller in this sense, because people can't stand it. Going back to this, we talked about this before. We'll show the video later. When Dave Blaze early on, this is 3-4 years ago, said, vote early, vote by mail, vote any way you can. Man, we were like excoriated for this. And then, of course,
when it's always this, John Kennedy Jr. would be rolling over. Oh, he's so disappointed in the direction that George has gone, because we're telling people to vote.
We're telling people to vote. Okay. Again, I really do. I respect what he done. This is JFK Jr. But while it's not a Christianity Today type magazine, we put Christianity in the forefront and honor Jesus in the forefront. That is something he could be proud of. This is not like, oh, how dare you put Jesus in it. You realize that the first issue of George magazine had a nude girl in it, a topless girl, not all nude, topless. That is, and I understand it when I say that, hey, you need these advertisers. You need to impress this. You need to impress that. And what do we do? Do you see any advertisers? Basically, a couple. But what do you see in George magazine? We're giving books that we sell on crypto to understand AI. Before AI was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Got me going on a Friday. All right.
So you're gonna see a lot of these folks. They're bringing back their greatest hits of the Reptilians and Valnek and the Galactic Federation of Worlds, and you're gonna see the people that live on Venus, but somehow they're able to do Zoom calls. I hate them as well, because these guys got nothing left.
They have nothing left, and let me tell you why they have nothing left. And I mean this. It's because of those articles Dave Blaze puts in the Dispatch. That's why. Because every time they talk about like all this great reset, the Federal Reserve is bad or whatever, what does Dave Blaze do? Or he puts it in there? He puts it in there about the Federal Reserve, and you can't say anything about it because that is Donald Trump's position. So they're on one hand saying, oh, we love Donald Trump because they need the fan base, but at the same time, so they can't talk about that anymore. We educated so many people here about the Federal Reserve because that is a tool Donald Trump is using. So that's off the table.
The U.S. dollar is being utilized in so many different ways around the world and in this nation that allow us the life that we have. And my only gripe, and one of my, well, not my only gripe, but one of them is this nation should not have anybody hungry and should not have anybody homeless. We have plenty of money, and that should be something that should be looked at very hard and very carefully to get resolved. Because we have plenty of money, and people no one in this country should be hurting. But it's an interesting thing that if there's a project or whatever the situation is, there's always plenty of funds. But if those funds are going to go to the people that might need it, the money to the people, no, then we need to pay for. We have to find the money. What are we going to cut to find the money?
Guys,
Ridiculous.
I'm in politics, all right? I know how it works. Everyone has their pet projects, and then they kick when they have the pet projects because they can fund it. They fund their pet projects, and somehow, some way, that organization has something to do with a relative of that person. They okayed it.
Yep.
And it could be for marketing. It could be that they also have a business that does a no bid contract, whatever it is. But that's how the money gets distributed. That's why it's going on that way. All right.
Yeah. I mean, think about this, and not to pick on her, because we like Christie. But Christie Nome spent $200 million on those commercials where she's riding a horse. And then the money was given to a marketing firm that somehow was involved with her husband. Wasn't that the case, Gene?
Yeah.
Right? And it was so shocking that President Trump was like, I'm not even in it.
Right.
And it drove her husband crazy. He started to, put balloons under his shirt and wear a wig. And we're not going to kink shame. But I'm just saying, it was a very strange situation. And Trump's reaction was, I'm not even in the commercial.
All right.
$200 million. I'm not even in it.
Guys,
I'm just saying.
I know. Hey, it looked like it's like for a commercial. It's just, I don't know. All right. We got a great show. We're going to talk about
why
propaganda.
Did they need to pay for? Gene, why didn't they need to pay for that? Why didn't somebody say, well, where are we going to find the money for this? If that $200 million was going to the homeless or going to help people pay high oil bills in the winter or electric bills in the winter or whatever, no, then heaven and earth to find the money. Where can we find the money? This chick's spending $200-something million on a commercial where she's riding a horse. Come on.
I know, I agree. All right. Dave Blaze, you ready?
You know what? Together.
I know. All right. You ready to start, Dave Blaze?
Now, hold on a second. Now, here comes Mr. Know-It-All. Wait a minute. Brad, they don't print money out of thin air. Money is not printed out of thin air. Do you know why the Federal Reserve prints money? Do you know under whose direction the Federal Reserve prints money? It's under the direction of the United States Treasury Secretary and the Treasury Department. And we print money because we have orders for dollars. Right now, the dollar index is hovering around 105, which is exceptionally strong. That means that all these nations around the world are buying dollars. So what are we supposed to do? Not print our product? See, that whole thing, we print money out. Oh, they print money out of thin air. If that was the case, if that was the absolute truth, why are we paying taxes? Why do we pay anything? Just print the money. See, so that is not true. And there's a lot of conspiracy. I don't even like to use the word conspiracy, but there's a lot of just pain in the ass nuts out there that love to say that. And it's not true. All right. That's all.
All right.
That's right.
Really quick.
If that was the case, I'd like to order a couple million too. I'll put my order in with.
Really quick. I don't want to get too much with this, but each country has their own reserve of U.S. dollars because that's how they do the trade between the two countries. Right. The countries have it. That's why in India sometimes they have to slow it up, so they can say, "Hey, whoa! We got to slow up the sale of it because they're importing, exporting. They need dollars."
We like bread.
I know.
Brad, we're not dissing you. We like, you're a great guy, and you always come in with these inflammatory comments.
All right, let's start the show. Here we go.
Yes.
All right, Dave Blaze, first up on the Dispatch reminder, you can get the Dispatch for free. Go to georgemagazine.com. We talked about the silver shock, and wait till you see my video today, which we did not rehearse. So I'm going to ask you some questions about it. Okay.
Wall Street boys are going to be in trouble.
Who?
The
Oh,
Wall
no.
Street boys.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Now, this one, I have to explain and set up the video here so you understand. It's online. There are people saying, hey, don't listen to this person because these guys are bots trying to manipulate this. But you would think it's a silver guy calling out a silver guy, whatever it is. My question is, which way is it really going? But just watch this video. Because this is the question, and this is unrehearsed. I don't know what Dave Blaze is going to say. Two videos stuck together.
There's a critical bottleneck no one's discussing, an unsung hero quietly making it all possible. Ignoring this vital component now could mean missing out on the next major market shift. Discover why silver is the indispensable metal powering our future. The demand for AI processing power is exploding, from massive data centers to self-driving cars.
AI guy who has been popping up all over YouTube in the precious metals sector. He is a bot, and he is being trained on every precious metals pundit and pontificator out there. And if someone's delivering false or bad information, AI guy is going to pick it up, and he's prone to exaggerated claims.
Okay. Oh, all right. A little blurry here.
All right. So here's what I know, and here's what's the truth of the matter. There is a tremendous amount of silver that's being used in the GPUs and in the chips for the AI build out.
Okay.
Tremendous amount. Now that's not even including what China's buying up for their solar panels and all that stuff. So this is the AI build out that's happening right now in this country. And there is this massive disconnect between the paper money, and that's the price you see on silver. And if you actually go out and try to secure, let's say 1,000 10-ounce bars of silver or some large amount, all right? If you're looking for a couple of coins, you'll be able to get them, and you'll be able to get them at spot. But if you were if you were an industry and you tried to secure a large amount of silver, you can't do it, and you're going to be paying exorbitant prices, upwards of 130 an ounce. And
okay, I understand that. So doesn't it mean that eventually the spot price, and we're not giving advice, we're just predicting the market. Doesn't it mean it's going to jump up, the silver?
Yeah. Once the large. You got some large accounts there that are covering margin calls by selling off silver, right? And they're doing that. It's a real strange time because the US dollar is exceptionally strong because the world is nervous about the oil markets and all of that. And a lot of money is flowing into the US dollar as a safe haven. So people are selling silver. They're selling silver onto the market. And that's what's driving the paper price down. But as they're selling physical silver, not the paper stuff, but the physical silver, that is being gobbled up by the AI guys. So we have a situation with silver right now that at some point it is going to fire back up, regardless. And we could have a strong dollar. The dollar will still be hovering around. The DXY will still be hovering around 100 points, but the boys need silver. They got to get it.
Okay. All right.
So
now,
if you're able at this point, and we have no gold or silver sponsors.
Right.
We're not in that game. We're just in the information game. So if you can secure some ounces of silver at spot, have at it.
Right. Okay. All right. That's good.
Low, and it might come down a little more. Look, it might come down a little more. But it ain't going to come down much more.
Right, because there's an actual purpose to.
Yeah,
to
there's
their-
actually the industry needs it. And then you have these guys like the second guy in that commercial. I know that guy. He's an anti artificial intelligence guy. He thinks the whole thing is going to collapse and all the AI companies are going bankrupt. And that's his way of making money. Right. But the reality of the situation is very different. And now the Trump administration has given permission for NVIDIA to sell some of its chips, not all, and not the top ones, but some of them to China, because China's begging. they're begging for NVIDIA's chips. So that's going. It's just it's the Wild West. The artificial intelligence build out right now is the Wild West.
Okay.
And they want silver.
Oh, okay. No. This is a perfect with that. Okay. And I'm guys. A lot of this I'm hearing in real time too. We didn't rehearse this before. Okay.
Right.
Dave Blaze, we're talking about White House reveals Q. How White House confirms Q is for quantum. Now, Dave, I do have a video just kind of explaining more of this, but here's again. I mean, when we get to topic 3, I know about expert, so to speak, 4 expert, but this one, you are the expert when it comes to quantum. How big is this quantum right now, and why didn't everyone know about it 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Quantum's been around. Okay, so quantum computing is not new. Quantum computing's been around since 2015, right? And as we said, Gene, on a previous show, the White House pulled the curtain back and said Q is for quantum. So if you have a high-level quantum computer or even a prototype, and then utilize advanced game theory as prompts, accounting for human behavior and disinformation as well, your end result is a series of posts that most people know about and that get pushed out, right? So this isn't, I mean, we're trying to help people realize, and then those theories that are pushed forward by the quantum computer are filtered through a small group of people that are in the know, and away we go.
Huh?
So, I mean, it's there. It's not as exciting as the Galactic Federation of Worlds and think aliens are traveling 20 billion miles to get to Earth to tell us Jesus isn't real.
I think this is
their only mission.
I think the one thing that really irks me about it is okay, because I was there with Trump in the beginning, and we dreamed of this, where one day the Republican Party would bow to the wishes of Donald Trump. But early on, they fought Donald Trump every step of the way, even in the first administration. And so we finally got it, right? And it's not good enough for people. We everything we wanted, and maybe they didn't know that this was part of what was going on.
Because you had the Q post explainers bringing the level of expectation up so high to continue on with their own fantasy land, their own little fantasy world that they made, that when the real situation happened, and now you have the Republican Party working in conjunction with Trump, and there are some outliers and so on. It's oh, wow, that wasn't what we were expecting. We thought that the military would rush the Capitol building and shoot and kill or arrest all of our Congress.
Right.
So
and what happened?
Expectation that people were looking for.
What happened was the ones that didn't agree with them, somehow they're out. Somehow they're out, whether they resigned or whatever. I won't say this, but given a reason to resign, hey, whatever.
They need to spend a lot more time with their family. All of a sudden.
Okay, guys. I think some of you guys saw the post.
One more point. And guys, this is the other reason why we've been for a year and change talking about game theory. You know, when Gene and I first posted, matter of fact, I'll never forget the day I called him up in the morning and I said, "Hey, Gene, listen, today we need to post on game theory." He says, "What do you mean, like Call of Duty? What do you mean game? What video games?" I said, "No, something different." So we did. I put up the first post and Gene reverberated it, and the social media team at George, they capitalized on it, and we got attacked.
I know.
By all of them. O'Savin, Clements, I mean, you name it. They came in, and you know why? Because they knew the direction that George Magazine was taking, and that we were in the driver's seat, and they were like, "Oh man, we got to knock these guys out.
Yeah.
We got to knock them out."
Here's the video that I posted earlier, and we'll talk about this. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go there. Is there a plan, and is Trump part of the plan? Here we go. Well, much of it starts with this issue of George Magazine, and there's one thing in particular that I want to show you. What is the plan? And basically what this does is shows about all these things that people have done, and I'm going to show you in a little bit, but knowledge is power. This power must be manifested itself in the voting process at the local, state, and national levels. And now you see who is against the plan. It's basically anyone that's out there that's pretending to like Donald Trump, but at the same time says, don't vote. You don't need to vote. It's all a movie. Nothing's going to change anyway. But that's not what Donald Trump started. It all starts here because I was there from the beginning. This is the America's 250th book. And as a reminder, this is how it all started, almost like a college class. But this is America at work. This is Donald Trump saying the same thing, but look at what it turns into. It turned into a whole movement of you, people. And this is what empowers America, that it turns into something like this. And that's the point that most people miss. What's going on in America is unprecedented and is powered by you.
Right. And you know, that book, the America's 250th book is fantastic. The pictures are, I mean, it's all museum quality because we made it to be a collectible.
Yeah.
There's just so much. There's just so much going on, and there's more of those pictures to come at a later date.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Just and thank you very much for everyone that stuck with us during all this time. Okay, Dave, this next article I definitely want to talk about, and wait till you see the video on this. Okay, inside the secret $2 billion foreign plot, okay, to kill Q American AI, Trump's plan to save your wallet. Okay. Again, one of the things that we have done through this, and that's why I say hello, George. We are doing something that I won't even say I'm a willing participant of it, but this is not my thing. But what it is we have to tell the truth about certain things. We were one of the first ones to spot.
Thanks, Aaron.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. We were one of the first ones to spot this trend because we know who is who on the internet. So when one person says this, just so you know, and we know this, that they get a talking point, like a 4 a.m. talking point, and this talking point is given to them on an email, whatever it is, but say it in your own voice. And
Right.
That's how we know where the propaganda is coming from.
Right.
Then Dave Blaze counters that with the debunk of it, and that's why they have run out of stuff to talk about. For example, it's the data centers. They're taking the lakes, it's drying up the lakes. Okay?
The Rio Grande is drying up.
Fine. All cool. You want to believe that? All cool. But I'm telling you where that is coming from and who you are puppeting. Here you go, Dave. You're gonna love this video. And this is the hill. This is the evil.
When we say Q American AI, that's because all of this push with moving Windows and Google's and Apple's operating system to ARM processors, to then having local NPU units, to the general build out of AI across the country and AI data centers and so on. All of that is pushing into quantum computing. Okay, so that's where this whole push is going. And with quantum computing, many of the things that you've heard about, medical advances, I mean, you name it, to make life better, will come down the pike. And then at the same time is 6G. So as 6G gets closer, mark our words, there is going to be an anti-6G campaign in this country like you've never seen before.
Right.
You thought 5G was bad? Wait until you see what they tell you about 6G.
Okay. Watch this video. This is the team from the Hill. Remember, no one sees this because everyone is, this is mainstream media or whatever.
Brad, keep that to yourself.
Okay. All right. Let's do this video right here.
Concerns, if I'm following the conversation correctly, are being voiced here, but not over there, right? Bernie Sanders is partnering with the Shanghai Institute. Bernie Sanders wants a moratorium. There's no more development of these things, period. And then he's doing an AI safety concern event with a Chinese organization within China. Is the government pausing data center development? Is there a lot of internal healthy discussion about, no, they're just going as fast as possible, right?
Exactly. And that's the tell right there. The difference in the way that China talks about AI to Chinese citizens and the way that China talks about AI to American citizens. So here in the United States, China propaganda outlets from China Daily to Global Times will talk about how serious data centers are in exacerbating water consumption, for example.
So you have it. Okay. Yep. So this is reasoning here. When you have a country, they're going to tell the people one thing, right? AI is great. And then the country that they don't want, that they're competing with, they say, this is horrible, this is horrible. So we come into the picture, and just so you know, we've been battling this for the longest time, about AI, a long time.
Yep.
But
it was interesting. There was a podcaster and a poster on X who has quite a big following, and he's standing at a certain point in the Rio Grande saying, look, the Rio Grande's drying up because of the AI data center that they're building and all of this. So if you look up where he was, and traditionally what happens to that spot in the river, at the time he was there, every year for the last 100 years, that particular spot starts to dry up. But they won't tell you that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the truth, where he's standing was dry. See, that's the truth. What he's attributing that truth to is the lie.
Right. All right. So they really, there you have it. And this is as black and white when it comes to this. Other countries don't want us to get ahead. So everything is negative with that. And it filters down to the podcasters.
Hold on a second. Let's read Stella's comment. She meant to say hologram, not Halloween. How cool will it be to have hologram phone calls, especially with grandparents, with their grandchildren, and military with their families? Yes. Yes. And this is 6G. And we know already, because we're on the ground floor of 6G, we'll be able to produce that. And we already put an article in, about 3 or 4 issues back?
Yeah.
About 6G. And the advancements that'll come with it. And so at first we saw it in Star Wars, where Princess Leia is,
right. But it was like Blinky. It was like Blinky. It
was all blinky and stuff.
Yeah. But no, this is, I've actually seen some of the early prototypes of it, and it's a real like a real it looks like a real person, right?
Now, of course, for cheating husbands to have hologram phone calls with their wives might not be the way to go, right? So if you're at an apartment or a hotel room with another woman, and all of a sudden the hologram of your wife shows up and goes, "Who in the world is this?" That might be a problem.
That is going to be. We are already creating 6G propaganda, so that will be the first on their list.
Right,
We
right.
definitely don't want that.
And of course, the porn industry will be all over this.
Yeah, we already said that.
They're just salivating over the amount of money they're going to make on that.
Okay, and okay, all right. Let's talk about
It's
coffee,
terrible.
baby. Coffee. Let's talk about coffee.
Gene wants to talk about bamboo underwear again. All right, coffee.
Okay, coffee may have powerful effects on liver health. Major study suggests. Okay. I read the article, Dave Blaze. The only problem with it is I think this talks about like 3 or 4 cups a day, and I'm like a 2 cup a day coffee.
Yeah, wait a minute, my young friend. All right, so he's going to put out there. Well, I only drink 2. He only drinks 2 cups a day, and 5 or 6 Red Bulls.
Okay, well, true.
Yeah, 5 or 6 Red. I gotta watch the amount, how much coffee I drink. I keep it to just 2 cups a day, and then I take a handful of uppers.
I do not take up. Okay, so this is a real thing. Did you know this, Dave? This is
Yeah. Now,
All right.
now let me tell you what's going to happen. All right. So coffee, the good stuff about coffee is going to come out. It's good for the liver. It's good for brain health as well. Who knew? And now you're going to have a major study from the tea manufacturers saying how great tea is. So that'll be the next thing to come out. And then they'll fight. Coffee's no good. Tea's no good.
All right. Well, we got this video on coffee being good.
Yes.
Here we go.
Coffee may benefit your liver health. Okay, number 1, it helps to reduce the risk of liver disease. Studies show that coffee drinkers have a lower risk of liver fibrosis and cirrhosis due to its anti-inflammatory properties. Number 2, coffee also boosts detoxification, your phase 1 detox in your liver. And number 3, coffee is also rich in antioxidants, those polyphenols, great for your liver health. So my tip here, always, if you can, drink black coffee, preferably organic, and always making sure that it's fresh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like coffee.
Coffee's good. Did she bear like an uncanny resemblance to Lisa Kudrow from
Yes, that. You know what? I was looking at that
Lisa
earlier. Yeah.
Kudrow, like the mannerisms and everything.
Well, hey, I've been watching. So I got to scour the internet to find these things. Some of these people, like, really, they're like really good on camera. That was like brilliant.
No, she really. That's what I thought. Well, at first I said, "Is that Lisa Kudrow?" No, world.
All right.
It's Phoebe.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Brad says it's time for another tea party. Yeah, that might be coming too. Let's see. Daniel's a 2 to 3 cups in the morning guy. I agree with this. Black coffee, fresh is best. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Daniel. Just so you know, one of my things that I do, which is not as
2 pots a day. Says
no.
Don.
Okay, so I get these. Do you guys like cold coffee? So I'm one of these also. I pull it off the shelf. The cold coffee, they just have to pour it so you don't. Do you like cold coffee? No.
No.
It's lazy man's coffee. It really is.
Well, here's the thing. When I used to be out and about in the corporate realm, I early on in my life, I learned to drink black coffee because it was easier. You know, there was never any creamer. And then they had the powdered creamer in the office, which was horrible. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to drink this black. And that's how I learned to like black coffee. That's all.
Oh, okay. I really do. Be honest. I'm a coffee snob. All right.
Daniel, I don't think Gene's talking about cold pressed
No,
the same way that you are.
Daniel.
You're talking about
Okay.
beans.
When you go to Walmart, right? where all the creamers and the butter is, there's these coffees. They have teas too. You could just buy them pre-made, but that's what I'm talking about. They're all over the place. All right. Oh, wait, what are you laughing at?
Yeah, Colleen's here. She says, always drank black coffee because my mom did. Okay.
Hey, Colleen's here. I like her. Okay.
Jamie's going against everybody, and she's just like, look, I'm drinking chocolate milk.
Actually, it's chocolate milk. I like chocolate
Who
milk.
doesn't like chocolate milk?
Yeah.
Especially Bosco.
Yeah. All right. Dave,
Anybody out there remember Bosco?
I have no idea what that is. Okay.
You don't know what? Wait, whoa. Take that down. You don't know what Bosco is? Guys,
No.
help me out here. Who remembers Bosco chocolate syrup? It's chocolate syrup.
Nobody.
Oh, man, Bosco was great.
All right.
Everybody had Bosco.
Okay. The devotional, this is one Dave Blaze and I love this one because it talks about really what we're supposed to be doing. I'll let the video speak for itself. This is a daily part of our show here, and here we go. All right.
Yeah.
When a government needs to negotiate with a foreign power, they bypass the typical bureaucracy and send an ambassador, a high-ranking diplomat officially commissioned to represent their sovereign nation on foreign soil. The Apostle Paul uses this exact political framework in 2 Corinthians 5:20 to describe a Christian's core identity. He writes, "Now then we are ambassadors for Christ. If you are a believer, you hold this specific diplomatic office." The verse goes on to say, "As though God did beseech you by us." Think about the weight of that phrasing. The creator of the universe is actively making his appeal to humanity through you. Christianity is frequently treated as a passive personal status, but the text frames it as an active commissioned mandate. You are officially representing a heavenly kingdom in foreign territory. It is difficult to reconcile the weight of this title with the reality of our schedules. We allow moments, hours, and days to vanish into trivialities while a world in crisis waits for an answer. The scope of this failure reaches beyond distant borders. It includes the people living right next door to you who have never heard the true gospel. Unsaved people are incredibly perceptive. If you claim to hold the cure to eternal death but never actually bring it up, they intuitively understand that you don't take your own message seriously. Ultimately, our silence exposes our theology. If we truly grasped the terrible consequences of sin and the reality of the great white throne judgment, keeping quiet simply wouldn't be an option. To see what a fully activated ambassador looks like, we have to examine the Apostle Paul. He didn't view evangelism as a hobby, he viewed it as an absolute obligation. Paul called himself a literal debtor. In Romans 1, he writes that he owes this gospel to everyone, Greeks and barbarians, the wise and the unwise alike. He was so driven to clear this debt that in Romans 9 he makes a startling admission. He wished he himself could be accursed and cut off from Christ if it meant his brethren could be saved. That level of obsession doesn't come from a mild religious preference. Paul wrote, "Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men." Fully grasping the eternal stakes overrides personal comfort and produces a radical passion for lost souls. But even if that passion fades, there are strict accountability mechanisms built directly into the ambassador's contract. We find the legal precedent for this in Ezekiel 3:18, often called the Watchman Principle. It outlines a binding warning for anyone entrusted with God's message. Here is the logic path. If a man heads towards destruction and you do not warn him, he dies in his iniquity. His punishment is just. But the second condition states, because you kept silent, his blood is officially required at your hand. The accountability of the watchman finds its ultimate fulfillment at the judgment seat of Christ. Ultimately, every single believer will eventually stand face to face with the Savior to answer for this specific mandate. Delivering the gospel is not a suggestion, it is a strict mandate, where silence equates to spiritual blood guilt. When confronted with this weight, our instinct is to deflect. We point at what our local church is doing, or what other Christians are failing to do, to justify our own inaction. There's a moment in the Gospel of John where the Apostle Peter tries to do exactly this. He points at another disciple and asks Jesus, "Lord, what shall this man do?" Jesus replies bluntly, "What is that to thee?" Christ cuts through the comparison completely, issuing a direct, individual command, "Follow thou me." There are nearly 1 billion souls who have never heard the gospel story. The solution to that crisis doesn't begin with a massive institutional shift. It begins with you taking absolute responsibility for the people living right where you are. But taking responsibility requires knowing exactly what to say. An ambassador who arrives at their post but fails to deliver the sovereign's exact message is entirely useless. The briefing we've been given rests on 3 specific pillars, laid out explicitly in 1 Corinthians 15. The core message is this: Christ died for our sins. He was buried, and he rose again the 3rd day, according to the Scriptures. According to Ephesians 1:13, hearing and believing this exact message, the gospel of your salvation, is the mechanism that seals and saves humanity. The mandate is clear and the message is defined. All that remains is for you to step up and adopt the ancient cry of the prophet, "Here, Lord, am I, send me." The time is incredibly short. Possessing the truth means nothing if you refuse to step into the role of the ambassador and deliver it.
And
All right.
That last line there is the key.
Yeah. Well,
You're
go ahead.
given so great a salvation. You believe. But if you just keep it to yourself, and you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked at what your neighbors might that don't believe might call the gospel. Oh yeah, I've heard that gospel, something about whatever, and they
Right.
have no idea.
Right, and then you have all these people. I'm not being critical. We're just saying what it is. That say, "Oh no, I believe in Jesus." You know, like Jesus is everywhere. He's inside me. He's in the trees. He's in this. He's in that.
Yeah,
And and what we're doing here, and this is, believe me, JFK Jr. is not ashamed of this. We are putting this out there, and then early on we got attacked for all these things that we're doing, which is basically, it's like I said, it's good, but it's not my thing. Just to be attacked for just saying the truth, and this is what happens. But this is what we were told to do. Is trust me, it's not pretty when you do this. But here we are, and we are guys. You realize that we are in what was given to us with our reach, with the work I did before. We were given this, and all we're doing is just putting these devotionals together, Bible-based, and putting it out there. As we talk about whatever, silver, coffee, health. All right.
game
you, guys.
theory, quantum
Thank you.
computing, and all the other stuff. We have banging articles in
And
this.
guys, we're just getting warmed up on this. You realize we're just getting warmed up on this. There's more coming out.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. If
All right.
if you have a digital subscription, or if you have a print subscription and have all of the past issues, if you look at those articles,
Yeah.
you will be shocked. Many people get the magazine, they put it away, they're safekeeping, and we respect that. But I'm telling you, if you look at those articles that are in those magazines, you will be shocked to find what's in there.
Guys, in about an hour from now, we're releasing the new map video. And once again,
Yeah, that's another one.
the thing is about is like, in a nutshell, you guys seen it before. Guys, the map came out in early May. What breaking news came out after that time? That's the whole video. You're going to see it in a little bit. But on that specific map, seriously, we have been warning people and showing people about the Christ return. This as far as us, I mean, we want to do it. We talk about hand washing. We've done our part with this. But just want to let you guys know that even with the secular stuff, when we talk about it, you would look back at the old articles and like, how would they know to talk about these things today?
Yeah.
I mean, back then for today.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, really quick, guys. I like to do this. Some of you guys already bought one. I did not get mine yet. I got to buy my own. This is the Q for Quantum shirt, and then the Q coffee mug, this is the one I want.
You know what's surrounding the eagle and the flag is a diamond.
What?
Yeah. If you look at that, you see the outer edges. It's like you're looking down into a large diamond.
Okay.
So
Are you gonna?
why don't you guys think about the imagery that we're presenting there?
Oh, right. And Covfefe T-shirt. What is it? The best is yet to come T-shirt. The what is that? The Tesla T-shirt. Guys,
and of course the America's 250th.
Oh yeah.
T-shirt with that. I mean, that's beautiful with the eagle. It's so patriotic, and that's what we made this one. But I want you guys to ponder that imagery, because that'll come into play as well. That what you're looking at it's like you're looking down into a large diamond, where you see the eagle and the flag and Q for Quantum and all of that. So,
guys, I'm like, okay. I'm not. We did not meet before this. Okay. Two more articles here, Dave Blaze. Okay. Is Dave? Dave, you're okay? You're still here, right? No, we'll stay. All right. Families contributed nearly $125 million to Trump accounts in the first 5 days. Is Dave right? Is Dave frozen here? Am I frozen or is Dave frozen? Oh boy, hold on. Oh, okay. Let's do it this way. Okay, let's do it this way. All right, Dave, guys, stick around here. So Dave Blaze just told me that his power's out. When he tells me out that it's back on, that's fine. If not, we'll just finish the show. But really quick with these. Oh, okay, he's gone. With these Trump accounts, once again, let me show you this video, and then once I show you this video, my point with all of this again is that what we have in America is everything that Donald Trump promised coming true, but yet for some people it's still not good enough, right? They want the whole utopia of everything else, which we all want that, but some of it comes later with Jesus. Okay, let's watch this video here. Look at me doing the show by myself. Here we go.
Giving you $1,000 for free. How do you get it and how do you use it? Well, if you have a child that was born after 2025, then your child is eligible as long as they're a U.S. citizen and they have a social security number. Now, this is not enough money for college, so how do you grow that money? Well, if you invest this in a plain vanilla like S&P 500 fund, well, your expected return is around 10%, and that, if you invest nothing, would get you around $5,000. But the thing is, if you max out your contributions, which happen to be $5,000 a year, then you're looking at something that is much closer to $250,000, and that gives you a big leg up if you're going to go to college. When you're 18, you can remove that money and use it for an eligible expense like college, like buying a home, or you can just hang on to this and let it grow into your retirement.
Okay, so there you have it. And this is what Donald Trump has put together. There's other programs with this, including, come on, Sovereign Wealth Fund. Think about that for a second. These are all the things that Donald Trump has put into play. These are good for Americans, and that's good for us as well. Okay, guys, really quick before I go, only because it's there in case you watched it, on the Dispatch, we talked a little bit about this baby that was dropped. You can see that on the Dispatch. It's, when I say it's sad, it's just more than anything, I feel bad for both the child, of course, but somehow this worker at a daycare just was not thinking and just tossed the baby up. You know how like you play with babies and hurt the baby. Anyway, all of this stuff is at the Dispatch. Reminder that in about T minus 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending, I got a new video coming up, and it's on the map, and it's something that, well, let's just say it this way, it's a spooky dooky one. But again, we ask everybody, how is it possible that you can put out a map and then something comes up on the map specifically like 2 weeks later? Okay. Oh, let's see. Is he here? Let's see. Oh, Dave Blaze is back.
Wait a minute. I can't hear you.
Okay. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, the show's over. You can just. Anyway, Dave Blaze. Okay. It's okay. Dave Blaze had a little electricity problem. All right. All right.
All right. I think I can hear you now.
Okay. We're just finished up with the show. Got everyone. Hey,
Dude, that was the weirdest thing ever. We're talking about all of that stuff. The sun is out. Power goes out. Then, of course, it comes back on. And I got power back on, but the internet's not coming back. You know, you got to wait 20 minutes for the internet. So I'm on 5G.
Okay. Well, anyway, thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, in about 30 minutes, I'm going to have my new video out. Have a great weekend. And Dave Blaze, anything else you want to say before we go?
Yeah, hold on a second. Phil goes, they found you, Dave. Yeah. Wait a minute. No.
Yes!
This is out of my control. It's not like I unplugged my microphone.
This is great, Matt. Yes. Me,
Like
Matt,
Larry. Matt's
Matt's
going over the videos with us and everything else. Sounds perfectly fine. No echo, no nothing. Then the show starts, and all of a sudden there's echoes and whatever. And he pulled the same thing. I couldn't believe it. It's the same thing that Larry did. Between the time that we went over everything to the time that the show begins, they're fiddling around with the camera, and they're unplugging it. Now it goes to their built-in webcam. And these two guys, Matt and Larry, who are not dummies, but they're standing there going, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
This is great. That's great. All right. Dave, anything else before we go? This has been a great show.
No, that's it, guys. Look forward to the new video. If you have a digital subscription, you can go back to all of the old issues and check them out. You're going to love the articles. A lot of stuff applies to what's happening right now.
Yeah, and guys, just stay tuned. All right. All right. This is good. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. We love you, Brad.
Yeah, Brad. We love
William,
you.
same thing. Hold on a second. William said something important. Dave, did the Galactic Federation have you? No, but I think Valnek's out looking for me. Whatever happened to the girl that used to promote Valnek, and Valnek was talking through her? Remember all of that?
Yeah.
She used to do a whole video of her talking to herself, but pretending she was getting information from Valnek.
Well, if you find that channel, let me know. I'd like to watch it again. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
We'll see you Monday, Lord willing.
Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.